So the root was praising the Denver Broncos for having the blackest ownership group in the NFL. Technically, that's true. They have Condoleezza Rice, Melody Hobson, and recently Lewis Hamilton. Here's the deal. It's disingenuous in a lot of ways from the NFL. So here's the thing. The NFL didn't have any black owners at all. They had two minority owners, I believe, and that was Venus and Serena with the Miami Dolphins. And then the Denver Broncos were up for sale. And there was a group of black men who were trying to buy the Denver Broncos, but they was beat out by Rob Walton from the Walton family, who owns Walmart. All right. So I guess they didn't have any minorities at all. So they added first they added Connie Rice and then Melody Hobson. The common thread between Melody Hobson and Connie Rice and the Williams sisters, outside the fact they're black women, is that none of them has black male partners or husbands. Condi is perpetually single. Melody is with George Lucas, and the Williams sisters, they got their fellas. Here's the thing. The most scary thing in America is black men with power. The NFL really does not want black men as owners in the NFL. Why? Because black men care about other black men, and they look at the guys on the field saying, hey, man, we need to treat these guys better, and these white owners in the NFL don't want to hear from that. Now, what does it got to do with the four black women? Well, like any woman or partner, you go home and your husband or boyfriend or my spouse might say, hey, what happened at the meeting? And they say, well, we had an NFL meeting today and this is what happened and I'm not sure, like something doesn't seem right to me. And her black husband or partner might say, well, let me find out what's going on. And she'll tell him or read the minutes of the meeting. It's like, oh no, this is not good at all. White owners do not want any of these black women have black men giving them advice on how to help black men on the field. Which brings us to Lewis Hamilton. Now, I love Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is a GOAT Formula One racer. But also, he's in Europe. He's in the UK. So one thing is he won't be over here that often. And I think the NFL owners are hoping that Lewis Hamilton is like Tiger Woods or even a lesser extent Derek Jeter, where they won't bring up race or racial things. And that's their hope. Here's the thing about Lewis Hamilton. He faced a lot of racial discrimination when he was first becoming a driver in Formula One. And he probably still faces it being in Europe. I'm hopeful that he's a Trojan horse of types where he can go in and if he sees something he doesn't like, he'll say it because he's friends with LeBron James. He's friends with rappers. Lewis Hamilton is friends with a lot of black dudes. And you're hopeful that even though he's overseas, when he attends these meetings, he'll talk about it, right? It's like, well, I don't think this is right. Or when he's in the UK and being interviewed by The Guardian, and they ask, well, Lewis, how is the meeting going with the NFL? It's like, it's cool, but these are some issues they need to fix, right? So I'm hoping Lewis Hamilton is a Trojan horse. The funny thing is, so Rob Walton, who bought the Broncos, couldn't find any black men in America that could be part of his ownership group. Not Jay-Z, who's been hanging around the NFL for years. Not Diddy, not 50 Cent, not LeBron, not KD, not Steph Curry, not Denzel. Or most importantly, not any of these black men who actually tried to buy the Denver Broncos. So, hey, congratulations to these ladies. Congratulations to Condi and congratulations to Melody Hobson. But there's a reason why they chose you ladies. They chose you because you don't have significant partners who are black men. So, and to be fair, Melody Hobson has spoken up on a few things, but I'm sure there's a few things that Melody Hobson didn't talk about because she's messing with George Lucas's money, right? Melody Hobson has her own cash, but George Lucas is a billionaire. So there's probably some things that she probably wanted to talk about, and George is like, I understand you, but that's hurting my money now. So I'm sure Melody Hobson might say some things, but even then she might not say a lot of stuff. I'm hopeful Lewis Hamilton will pipe up and say some things at the meetings. And Connie Rice, I don't have much confidence in because one reason why Condi's there, because Condi's not a real wealthy woman, but she's there because she's always been part of the Bush family, and then most of those owners kind of like they kind of lean a certain way, right? So, am I wrong? Should I just be happy that all these black folks are getting these ownership opportunities with the Denver Broncos, or is it true that they really want a specific type of black person to be part of their ownership group?